Okay, this is a public safety meeting for Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council for July 23rd, 2026. So we're going to do roll call. John,
Yes,
Gwen,
Present.
Kelly, not here.
it will
Melanie.
be. She read my thing, so
Where's my camera?
Okay, and it is 5:39. Alrighty. So let me pull the agenda up here, share. There we go. And make it bigger. Is that big enough? Everybody see it?
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so we have no students and da da da. So general public comment. Anybody got any general public comment?
I I kind of do, yes.
Okay.
I actually announced it at the Planning and Land Use joint meeting yesterday. Um, so up at the San Pedro Community Garden at the Department of Sanitation, Karen Bass is going to be having one of her Shine events, and it's going to be hosted at the community garden. It's a volunteer event. Um, and it'll be on August 22nd. And I'm hoping that Northwest San Pedro can also participate. And
Kelly's on.
huh?
Kelly's on. She's
Oh,
on
okay.
the attendees.
She's on the attendees. Okay.
Sorry, Gwen.
So I have a flyer, and Jocelyn from Karen Bass's office will probably have a new flyer available.
Darn it.
I also mentioned it over at Target, but and see if Target might want to participate as well. But there's another Shine event that's happening.
Why isn't it
Um,
panelists? It's
She
not.
is.
Give me a minute. It's not. Oh, there we go. Where is it? Oh, come on. Stop it. It's having issues. It won't do it.
Did she click on Pat? Kelly, are you clicked on?
Did it
I
promote you?
see. Yes, I see her.
Okay, it's supposed to.
And now it's
It's
muted.
like bouncing it off and not doing it. It's like, wow.
She's muted now. She was not muted earlier.
Kelly, can you hear us? Unmute yourself.
Yes, I
There
can
we
hear
go.
you.
Okay.
Okay, there she is. Kelly's here,
Okay. So,
Melanie.
um,
I'm going to be driving, guys, so it's going to be hard.
you're gonna be what?
Driving.
I'm driving.
Oh. Um,
I'm still
okay.
setting up my camera, guys.
Okay, so you done, Gwen? Yeah, we'll see what we can do for the 22nd, Gwen.
Yeah, Environment and Sustainability didn't have a meeting. They've canceled it. So if we do participate, I hope that public safety would actually be a good thing.
August
There's
22nd? That's a Saturday.
August, August 22nd. Yes, it is
Okay.
a Saturday, and it's from 8 to 12.
8 to 12. Okay.
And I hope that others participate in it. One thing that Melanie pointed out is if I was going to man the booth, if anybody was going to promote the election, it would have to be someone other than me. So, or anyone else who is actually
The
up
thing
for
that
election.
Adrian said at the meeting, nobody that is running is allowed
Yes,
to do any election promotions or anything like that.
correct, correct. Yeah.
Only people
So,
that aren't.
oop,
So
okay.
anyway, I've got some news update. So the whole thing with Capitol Drive for public comment, what happened is Clean 15 came and cleaned up. Vector Control came out and did a survey of the area. Health Department came out. The county came out. Kelly Cross did. So we've gotten a lot of action on this, and now they're going to have to do something about it. So things are moving very rapidly at this point. And
Very exciting.
huh?
It's very exciting. But you have it as an item. We don't have to do it as general comment.
Oh,
You
did I
actually
put
have
on-
it as an
oh,
item.
Lord, I did put it on there. Never mind.
Yes, you did.
I had my Rituxan yesterday, so I'm a little bit like not 100% right now. I'm sorry.
I hope that we do discuss that thoroughly because
Yeah, we
that's a
will.
wonderful
Okay,
advancement.
so then we don't need public comment on that. Oopsie. Anyway,
I could tell you something. I traveled. They've already started Harry Bridges and all the way down just about quarter mile from Anaheim Street. So they'll be working on that section, but
oh
they've
wow.
repaved. And they
I
got
wish
to do the in between section too, where
I wish
Avalon starts.
I wish they would repave North Gaffey, that part up by where Clearwater did all their crap and all that down there. It's
Yeah,
got potholes all over the place down there.
yeah, but they're almost pretty well done. You know, they've just got two sections to finish,
Because
so
the
that's good.
trucks are going to go on North Gaffey.
Yeah, and up Harry Bridges. They said that's going to be because
Right,
see Harry Bridges, if it takes them, they'll go all the way to the Henry Ford Bridge,
right.
and they can take that across to get
To
over
Long
there to where the other, ferry and all that's at.
Right, but if it's busy, they're going to go North Gaffey and Channel, and that's going to be like a big clog right
Oh
there.
yeah,
It's going to be a mess. It
yeah.
already is. And when on days when they have open appointments at the port and stuff, it takes me forever to get through there. Gwen?
When we get to a new topic.
But anyway, yeah, go.
That's it. Because I drive it home. It takes me that way at home at night.
Yeah. Okay, Gwen.
Okay, more general public comment. I don't know about you, but with the humidity, mosquitoes are really chewing us up over here. I haven't found a water source, and I don't know if we can push vector control. That might be something that we can really start pushing through our community. Yeah, the little Aedes mosquitoes are quite something right now, and that is the particular species that
Little,
can
the
that
little one
trans yeah, the
is,
little very invisible no-see-um ones. They
oh,
have a black
yeah.
and white pattern on them, and they don't go for your face, they go for your ankles. And they actually are the species of mosquito that was adapted to transmit, oh, I
West
forgot.
Nile,
I forgot what, yeah, not just West Nile. No, it's not
the
West Nile, it's another one.
dengue.
But it's a particular disease that still hasn't hit the United States, but
Dengue. It's
yeah,
dengue.
dengue, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, or
We
chikungunya, that's
we
another
have a
one.
bunch of little beige looking ones over by the shop that they're kind of look
Yeah,
whitish.
those are the ones.
Those are the ones they're hard to see.
Yeah.
Because they literally are zebra striped. They've got little black and white spots on them. And so in the shadow, in the light, they're just a little bit of a hint of something, and you can't really focus on them. And they are highly adapted
Well, this
for
too, I don't know, John, if you've got the problem, but over here, I've been talking to neighbors and we had the problem, and I had to really like go on massive attack for it. But now people in Harbor Highlands community are complaining is there's been like some sort of like fly infestation, really bad with flies.
Yeah,
Like
they've got it like they've been
fly.
around the trash cans, and I just got the guy to wash them because he was telling me that they are a lot of flies by me. But what he says is uh I keep a can of Raid. He said you can spray the Raid under the lid inside the trash can, but he also said put bleach in a bottle.
Bleach in a bottle.
They don't like the smell. They won't. The
But
bleach
in
kind
a
of
trash can or buy it?
no in the trash can because
Well,
that's where you see a lot of flies get in. So you
well, what
open the trash can, spray the
hmm,
lid really good all around inside, and
Oh,
it'll last for a week or so.
what one thing to be aware of um, is that usually when there's a fly problem, it isn't just that they actually go for dog poop and cat poop. That's where they that's one of their breeding cycles goes
Mhm.
on there. But what's really, really bad is for vermin. If trash is around, if there are rodents, if there are people killing rodents, if there's any that are in your attic, one one carcass of one rodent will turn into an inexplicable infestation in your house that is unbelievable. So rodent infestations, any kind of animal that has died, that is where you're going to get a really bad hit. So
like here probably
that's
last
something to be
like
conscious.
40 flies that I killed in this house. I'm serious. And I'm
Yeah.
like, where the hell are they coming from? We had nothing. I checked everything. I was putting stuff down the drain thinking they were drain flies. And then somebody told me that the water out there and the garbage in the water could outside could be the reason for the flies.
And then
Potentially,
the minute
but
you open a door,
also
they'll come in.
vermin, if there is a single a single rodent that's died, anything of that nature, it's unbelievable. Really shocking. Um, but also like when you had some stuff happening on the other side of your wall, if
Yeah.
somebody if there's animals that are going to the bathroom there or anything like that, that immediately attracts them because they all go for that as a food source and as a reproductive source.
Got
So
humans
you then automatically get, but
playing ball.
in this humidity,
It's the
yeah,
worst thing.
There was a
I
guy taking
mean,
a whiz the other night all along the wall back there.
this is a climate
Yeah.
change. This is a climate change concern because tropical insect, as you get tropical conditions, you get uh, a migration of issues that normally stay around the equator,
Yeah.
and we have to adjust to this. And but I had another item that I wanted to talk about is that I found um, a dead bird. If you find a dead bird, if it's fluttered and collapsed in your yard or anything of that
Uh,
nature, immediately let vector control know this. I actually communicated with them and they came and picked it up. West Nile virus is around. I'm still waiting for a report on that particular bird because it inexplicably passed away. It just I watched it drop and die.
you don't want
And
flu either,
I'm sorry?
You don't want to touch it, bird flu.
No, you don't want to touch it. West Nile and bird flu are two things that you want to carefully put it in a paper bag or something and then place it in a location that they can come and pick it up. They will literally come within 24 hours. They will come as quickly as possible. Um, when you report it because they're actively looking at it. Once again, West Nile virus is in the area, and they are testing birds. So any help you can give if you see anything, yeah, do it.
Okay, so move on to the next item. So what we want to discuss, Ray wanted us to start looking into ideas that we can bring forward for fireworks next year, that things that they can do. One of the things is they need higher fines.
Wait, Melanie, can you explain what you're talking about a little bit more?
So,
I thought you wanted to promote fireworks for a
no,
moment. Yeah,
no,
if you
no.
can talk about what's going on right now, and then we can move on. Yeah,
So,
give a little more information.
because what they're doing is not solving the problem of all the fireworks in the war zone that we had this last year. So, that being said, we need to come to the table with ideas of things that they can do and bring them, propose them to LAPD of things they can do. And one of the things is, I think, is if they made it more detrimental for the fines, they need to do bigger fines. There's some areas that were doing like $25,000 fines if you got caught. And they actually worked. It was a deterrent. The other thing is they said they were going to have drones. I saw no drones. Other people said they didn't see any drones out either. There were no drones, not around here. And I really think that there has to be more aggressive tactics done against it rather than just letting things happen. And I hate to say it, a few of these guys that came out were just lazy and didn't want to do anything, because Baloney told me that 2 officers came because several people reported Bloomwood for sending off because they closed off their street and doing the fireworks. And he said that the officers came and said, oh, no big deal, and wrote in the report, no big deal, nothing going on, and left. So there's got to be more accountability. They need to follow through with things when there's reports and investigate. And they really need more dedicated officers in each area. You know, if they dedicated, I think, officers for each area that were right there observing, I think that would be a way too.
Yeah, the
But I
problem
think,
is that they are not, look, we're just a block away, you and I. And all around me, they were going off all around me. The big boys, not the
I know,
little shit you get from the stands or all that. I'm talking the stuff that we see at the parks, at the
big ones.
schools, and yeah. And this is I don't know if you noticed, but when they set something off, they had a fire over there up on Park Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had I see it, it's all burnt. And they were telling my wife was telling me that's one of the sections that I guess firework came down and lit that up. Thank God they mowed it down. But still, it's by the house.
Right.
And so they were saying this year they were going to have more drones out, more this, but we can come up with all this stuff. We can give them a $50,000 fine. But if they're not going to take and arrest somebody or tell them, hey, they're going to do this and that, they're going to go, that's okay. There's nothing. We didn't, it's safe.
Right. Well, just like the place on Volker, it was turned in that they had a garage full of fireworks picture and everything of the garage and their Instagram page, and nobody responded to it. Nobody came.
Mel, we have some
Nobody's
hands
there.
up.
Huh?
We have some hands up.
Ellie,
Yeah, I know. It's so when you say no enforcement, exactly. Gwen, go ahead.
Well, I rather than just go through incident by incident, if we're to come up with solutions. Uh, I believe that I don't know if reporting people who have a lot of them is rewarded, if there's a reward for reporting things. I think that, I don't know what happened to the Ring camera network where people were encouraged to, um, have their Ring cameras and then utilize them usefully, to
But
provide evidence for the LAPD. But I think that we could promote that program, promote
the
and
Ring work
encourage.
because it's turned into a bunch of trolls that are on Ring. It's
Well,
nothing but a bunch of trolls on the Ring neighborhood thing. It's horrible.
no, I understand, but what I'm saying is we can still promote. Did you know that your Ring cameras, if you can, you are a great way to provide evidence for things like fireworks during fireworks, you know, um, um, and if there could be um, a reward for confiscation of $50,000 worth of fireworks, or a
For the sellers,
reward.
reporting the sellers or something.
Well, yeah, if there's a garage full, they've been they've been really trying to get the people who are selling illegally, and it's getting worse because I mean, a guy just died in another part of LA. He blew up. His neighbors had no idea that he had all those fireworks there, and he was turned into hamburger meat. So this is an ongoing issue, and but I think that if we suggest a reward system for information that leads to confiscation of fireworks, um, and giving the evidence, because again, of all of the types of things, I mean, it's most important to do in our very dry climate. We don't have all of the urban wildlife interface places like they do in the Santa Monica Mountains and you know over in the valley and that kind of thing. But we do have places that can ignite, and I think that if we do a campaign of some sort to say you have a you can help with this, but if it it's always about evidence. I mean, the police can't be everywhere at once, you know, they just can't. And even the drones, you could have 1,000 drones in the sky,
I think
and
the
that's
biggest
not going to be
thing
enough.
that a lot of people were upset about this year, that from what I'm hearing from a lot of people, is they really drove hard. We're going to do this. We're going to ramp it up. There's going to be a task force. There's going to be this. We're going to do this. The drones, da da da. And this was worse this year than it's ever been, and no enforcement.
Well, in your experience, I got to honestly say that my area has been the war zone in for years. And this year it was absolutely quiet and dead. And I'm thrilled because the war zone that I lived in, traditionally, it starts June 1st and continues on until Labor Day. So
You're lucky.
so
Ask John. It was really bad. It
yeah,
was like a
but
professional fireworks show over here.
that's what we had. But we had we were the people who had that on multiple blocks at everywhere, 360-degree view, and people were investing that kind of thing, and it didn't happen this year. It didn't happen this year,
Wow.
and I was pleased in that. So
It's
that
a, I heard that
so
there
I got to honestly
was
say that, wait, Melanie, I got to honestly say that it's maybe moved to other areas, but um I coming back, we left for Long Beach and we came back kind of in prime time where all of San Pedro is lit up. And I've got to honestly say the only thing we saw was your neighborhood.
yeah.
And then another area that's over by that hill that used to be the dog park. over in that area.
The
But
Knoll
that was
Hill,
it. That was
where
it.
like the Knoll Hill up on top.
Knoll Hill, yeah, exactly. Yeah, in that Knoll Hill community and neighborhood area, and then over in your area, and that was it. That's all we saw.
Wow,
So I'm just saying.
it's bad.
Kelly's
Kelly's
got
got
her
her hand.
hand up.
Kelly's.
Yes. So what I was going to say is we really need to find out what the police protocols are for the fireworks, because we can't hold them accountable to what is being done if we don't know what their protocols are.
Right.
Are they supposed to, what are they supposed to respond to? How are they supposed to respond? I want them to show accountability before the fact so that we can say, oh, well, we saw A, B, and C, but we didn't see your A, B, and C. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that we think, oh, we called them, they're supposed to come to this, and they get a so like I don't know what happened with the officers that supposedly came to the thing and then said, oh, nothing's going on. You don't know. I know that they get calls for somebody. I remember one time them coming to some stupid neighborhood thing, and they got a call that a kid was choking, and they left. They didn't care. They totally went another way. So we don't know we need to know what their protocols are, how they're responding to stuff, what they're doing. And as for this year, this was nothing in comparison to the years in the past. And it only lasted maybe one day with a couple of sprinkles here and there. Whereas in the past, middle of June, it'd be the middle of June till the end of July that we would have fireworks constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. And
See,
it hasn't been that. There's been a couple trickles here and there, but nothing like before.
Different in the Taper area than that. It was bad. And leading up to it was bad for a couple of weeks, and then it got real bad on the 4th of July. And I do have to say, though, it didn't last as long, like for several months, but I think it was just bad. And it went until like 2 a.m. It was really bad. But I'm wondering if I contact a couple of other police departments, around, like Orange County and maybe other areas, and see how they handle their fireworksing and just have examples of what they do versus, and find out, like Kelly says, the protocols that we have, and just kind of compare them and see what their turnout is versus what ours is, and other areas in LA, what they do. Because supposedly there's areas in LA that had, I'll have to find out from Ray. He said there was some community in LA that was able to almost eliminate all their fireworks because of some of the things that they were doing.
Well, that's what we need to research.
Yeah.
Absolutely, how they succeeded in doing that. But I believe that another thing is that it's difficult to gauge this particular year. This is the 250th sesquicentennial or whatever it is. So it is possible that one very patriotic person said, I don't care what's going on, I'm going to have a fireworks show to beat all fireworks show, and then they'll never have one again. So that could be that. Also, but as Kelly was stating, for a year where there's a World Cup and there's teams that there's good populations in this town of different national groups that would definitely have enjoyed blowing up things for their when their teams won. It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. And I've got to honestly say that is a good sign.
Yeah, I was surprised.
The drone scared people, and we don't want to say, well, they didn't have the drones out. Well, I think that the fear of new technology is a good thing, and you might want to consider, continuing to promote that we do have that technology, and it may be built, So, but yeah, the Orange County, find out whatever that city is that succeeded, and then we can talk about that. But I believe that getting the community involved is important.
Yeah.
Because especially, especially pet owners, I the amount of animals that go lost and end up at the animal shelter is unbelievable. And in fact, that would be a good report to have
Or the people with
this next
PTSD that just it's emotionally draining for them to go through it too.
right.
Yeah.
But we should find out how many animals ended up in our shelters and how many were picked up and how many weren't, kind of thing.
And then you have animals like mine who are traumatized for days and hide under the bed because of all the stuff. It's just poor Mia. It's just like traumatic for her. She's probably should be on medication during the fireworks, but it's just traumatizing to her. She hides for 2 days.
Where did you find out about the community that
From
managed
Ray.
to?
From Ray.
Oh,
We
okay.
had a conversation
All
about
right.
it.
Okay, sounds
And I've got to talk to him and find out exactly what if he remembers what community it was that.
But I believe that our engagement, our ability to promote during that time, would probably be a good thing. You know,
Okay, so the next thing is Capitol Drive, since it's on the agenda. So yeah, so that is moving forward. Drew says sooner than later, really soon. She says we're going to see some movement on this and get it going with some fixes. She said that she texted me and told me that it was cleaned up. George cleaned up the rest of it, but they can't remove the water keeps coming up. When they were cleaning it, the water was coming up. And so she said that it's got to be fixed, but they know where the water source is now, is what she said. And it's going to get fixed real soon here.
It's been a 50, 60-year problem. I hope they fix it.
Yeah, but what's crazy is in the mix of all of this, then all of a sudden over on Millmark, we had a big water main break and they got a sinkhole started over on Millmark, just a street adjacent to me. And so we had to get emergency DWP over here because it was flooding like the whole street and everything. So these pipes are really old over here in this area. And I mean, all of San Pedro is, but these are starting to have some effect, because you had the blowout over on Gaffey with the big like thing, with Capitol and Gaffey, the big blow up and stuff. So there's a lot of infrastructure problems over here with the pipes and the water. And I don't know if it all ties in or not, or if it just all of a sudden there's stress on all these pipes. Gwen?
Yeah, West
well,
Hollywood's going through really bad too.
What?
well, that definitely was an alert that up on top of the hill they needed to repair a pipe. It could very well be possible that there is a sinkhole forming in some location and it's flowing, because that is a much heavier flow than I've ever seen before. It is a literal stream
Yeah.
that is flowing. And that, I mean, I don't know if the water can be tested for some of the treatment chemicals, for fluoridation. That might be something to do, is to test to see if it is tap water, because tap water does have certain indicators like the fluoride.
Yeah.
It is if fluoridated. uh, so perhaps that should be something that is investigated, because if it is, or it's request that of LADWP, they should be testing to see if it's aquifer water or if it's actually treated water, you know?
And if it's treatment water, what would you think? It's coming from
Then
somebody's
it could be coming from a leaky pipe up the way, and that would give them some indication. There's no reason why a sinkhole should show up on somebody's yard, in somebody's
Yeah, no
street.
mark. It's somebody's street. And the thing is, the way everything's kind of like flows downhill, like when anybody, like somebody on BJ, like 3 streets up, was draining their pool, and it flowed all the way downhill, all the way to Capitol.
Correct.
And
But
flooded
in this
Capitol.
case, this is a constant, this is a considerable amount of water. This is not, this is
Right.
no longer, I mean, it is a continuous stream. You can put a boat on it and a little paper boat and have it float down. It's pretty, it's pretty extensive. I request that LADWP test to see if it's actually tap water and not, some treated city water and not
That's a
aquifer,
good
because
idea.
it's pretty clear, it's pretty flowy.
Yeah. I don't know. After they cleaned it up, it all of a sudden is just filled back up again over there today. I was looking at it, and the
Yeah,
water.
I think LADWP could probably test it, and that should be a request right away.
Okay, so moving on. The next thing is Night Out Against Crime. It is not 5 o'clock setup, it's 4 o'clock. Maloney just emailed me. And it's going to be 4 p.m. setup. We have to be there at 4 on the 4th.
Bravo said that we could drop our stuff off the day before, our awning, tablecloths and stuff. I just talked to her at another event I was at on Tuesday.
Who?
Bravo?
Yeah, we
She's
won't.
the officer in charge of it.
Yeah, dropping it off the day before is kind of problematic. I talked to Maloney. He said because then our stuff could get mixed up with other people's and things like
Oh,
that.
okay. She just told me to tell you, so I'm just conveying what
Yeah.
she told me to tell you.
But 4 p.m. is what he told me to get our stuff there. We just have to
Okay.
have somebody bring the easy up because John's car doesn't fit it and my car doesn't fit it. And so we have to figure out who's bringing it at 4 over there.
Can Tom do it? Tom usually brings it, doesn't he?
He does. We just got to make sure Tom's available.
Yeah. I'm gonna make I'm making tonight, I'm printing up, like I do for the holidays.
Uh-huh.
I'm
So
making a list. So everybody's name is on it, whoever is gonna
the
participate.
question I have is, this is kind of a public safety thing. So who is going to be there? So I'll be there.
Oh,
I
it
know, but
looks
that's
like
why I'm making, because Ray wanted a list made of, he wants everybody to attend that can attend.
it looks like, just so you know, interject, it looks like I will be there. I will be able to attend. That's Tuesday, correct? Yeah.
I'll be there, and whatever you need me to do, just let me know. I can get there as early as need be. I'm not working yet. I don't go back till the following week. So let me know what's needed, and
So all of public safety could be there then.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to bring the zip drives. I'm going to bring, the flash drives. And then I'm going to go have more copies of the emergency preparedness stuff, copies of it, the booklets made.
And I'll try to get some vector control, mosquitoes, rodents,
Yeah, that'd be a good
powder
idea.
report, stuff like that.
But I'm going to go have copies made of, remember the stuff that I handed out before about how to make emergency preparedness kits and all the emergency stuff. I'm going to go get copies made of those. And we'll just have a bunch of copies to give out, packets of those.
I got to go in a couple minutes, but I wanted to tell you guys, I should have done it when we were doing public comments. Bravo, and I can't remember the other officer's name, was at an event I was at, and they were asking if we, like, public safety could kind of do like a little thing about it, find out about. There's an organization called Street Racing Kills, and they
Called
really
what?
want Street Racing Kills. And it's they're helping deal with the street closures for racing and all of that. And they're trying to deal with the e-bikes and the motorcycles and stuff. And so we just want to put it on the get more information, but they really want public safeties to be looking at the different things that are happening with the kids on the bikes and all that stuff.
Right.
And they're trying to come up with some accountability for the parents and everything with it. So I just wanted to put it on our radar. I told her I would. I can't think of the other officer's name, but they'll all be there on Tuesday. So, but anyway, guys, I gotta go.
Okay, something else real quick before you go, Kelly. One
Okay.
thing I want us to host, and I'm going to talk to the officer about it and have public safety host it, is to do a active shooter training
Okay.
for the community. So
I
we're
go
looking
for
for
school,
people.
so I know.
They're working, trying to find organizations to host it. So I think it'd be really great for our public safety committee to host something like that on behalf of Northwest and host it and do it either at the station or do it at Peck Park and get Peck Park involved in it and do something like that. So I've got the officer's name and I think it'd be a good thing to do.
I don't know.
I think
Public.
the person doing it's supposed to be at the Night Out Against Crime thing too. The one
Okay.
that's in
I
charge.
don't know how they do it for the public. The ones we do for schools are very, very emotional. And they're very, very hard to sit through for the school shooting one. So
Yeah.
I
don't know about that. The one was kind of graphic. The one that I went to one when I first moved back here at the chamber hosted one. And I went to it. And it was pretty intense. The training.
Yeah, it's very emotional. It's very hard. The school one was it was horrible. Thank God they dealt with it at an upper education level instead of an elementary school, because I would have lost it. And I've been through it I've been through the training 2 or 3 times with the evacuation steps and everything, and it's very, very gut wrenching. As a teacher, I never thought I'd have to worry about where I would hide my kids if somebody came shooting. It's just not something that you're prepared to deal with. But anyway, I got to go, guys.
Okay. Bye, Kelly.
And if you need anything, let me know. All right, bye.
Yeah, I've actually been in a shooting, an active shooter like thing. I was at Del Amo Mall. Megan and I were several years ago when there was an active shooter in the mall and having to go into lockdown for that. It was crazy. And people getting shot out in Del Amo Mall. It was crazy. They locked us in a store and locked the doors. So, yeah. Megan had a hard time with it, huh?
That's what they do. They do put you in like they do in the schools where they put kids in different classes away from, and have the police
An
officers
actual scenario. An actual scenario. Yeah. When I returned to do a forestry certificate over at Citrus, there was a shutdown. I wasn't there on that day, but there was a person with a gun, and then after that, they went through an entire methodology for each classroom. So before each semester, the instructors go through that with each of their students and say, for this classroom, this is what we need to do. Because it is even the layout of each classroom might be different. And in that one, there's an enclosed office. There is a panel, a vertical panel of glass. And so these are the spots that everybody needs to go to. We block off the door, we block off that window, and we all move to this location, but we also avoid this door over on this side because, and they're frank, that if somebody is going to try to break down the door, they may shoot the door, and that means, stuff coming in. So they say, these are the locations that we're going to be. So yeah, it's pretty serious. Thinking about if there's an active situation, if somebody runs through your yard, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Alrighty. So
Yes,
I think we're done. We'll just, like I said, it's just some stuff that's coming up. We just have to make sure 4 o'clock on the 4th
yeah.
are there, set up.
I'll
So
print some.
I
I'll
scheduled it for
print.
3 o'clock. My
I'm gonna
reminder.
print some over the weekend. I'll print some new stuff. Um, you know, about the board.
yeah,
Just update it. And when we have our board meetings,
the board
and
meetings and committees
also
and all
even
that.
the committees. I'll
Yeah.
have a flyer that shows the
And
committee
assign
meetings,
email list sheet thing.
and then yeah, I'll have that made. Yeah, that's the one that I use just like we do at the board meeting. And when I take it to the different functions, except this one will have the night out against
Wh-
crime.
One
And
one thing I would really hope is that we start promoting that you don't have to be a board member. There are tremendous opportunities to make a difference on committees. Committees
yeah.
are where everything happens.
Yep.
Committees are the committee members are the heroes. I don't know if we can even put that in. We have heroes on committees.
So the
That's
other
where
No, that's what I've been doing. Like in a lot of the things, I don't say you got to
yeah.
come to the board,
you
but we have.
guys, the other thing that they
Yeah.
wanted, and I told them that we couldn't really do it as a board to do this. They were looking for because they're going to give raffle prizes out, and they wanted it had to value $50 to give out. And I'm like, what are we going to give? We can't. The board can't buy something or donate something like that. We can't do that with public funds. And I'm like trying to think if there's anything that we could do. And I
I
Like,
don't
what are
think
they?
so.
What are they looking for?
they're looking for anything for raffle prizes to give, but it has to be like a $50 value.
Well, I'll
I
see
don't
what
think
I.
that you're going to have to check this with the city clerk on that.
Oh, we
Remember
can't. I
that,
know we cannot at all.
yeah.
Zero.
Well,
As an
then we're,
individual, we can, but
right.
not as
Yeah.
board.
Well,
Yeah, because we can't. We see
we're
that.
there, we're there in our capacity. I don't know.
Yeah, but you see, we can't promote. We can't promote that we're given because then that would be the same as going, well, what
Yeah,
about all the other
I
businesses in the
right. I
area? Why
told him
don't we,
that I said we
can't do
are
that?
like we can't do that, and so as an individual or something, I
Oh, I
could
got an
do
idea.
something, but I as a board, we can't only because we can't use board money to donate
In the
stuff.
in the future, maybe as a public comment during the board meeting so that others hear it or anything like that, or just put it in social media in your own private account saying, uh, you know, night out against crime night. LAPD would love to have donors for raffle prizes for it. So, send it out to the community, do it on our own
That's
personal
their
time,
job.
put it on
They're
Facebook.
they're the ones that are running the event. That's what Adriana Bravo is supposed to do. She's collecting it, but she's trying to get it from everybody that's having a booth there and other people.
Well,
Yeah,
we
And
but
can't
just
do
that's
it.
why
We
they
we
asked
have
can't.
a
us.
we have a
We're
met.
They got to know we're a city
Yeah,
identity. So
Yeah.
yeah,
we're
we
not.
can't.
He was like, "Oh, that's okay. We have a lot that we're getting, so don't worry about it and stuff."
Yeah,
But
there you go. Yeah, there you go. Don't worry about it.
I mean, we could, like you said, individually we can, you know, bring something.
Sure.
Uh,
But you would have to do it ahead of time so they have
yeah,
a place to put it.
yeah. So, but that's good though, you know. Yeah, I'll put out I'll make the thing. It'll be out there sometime tonight. Could be 1 in the morning. Could be
So
11 o'clock.
can we sponsor the August 22nd thing? It's a volunteer thing. So people will be volunteering to help clean up the garden. The mayor's office will be there. Tim McOsker should be there.
are we doing an
But
eat up table thing or no? It's just
yeah,
be
we should do a table. Yeah. Oh, we wouldn't do anything other than, have a table and participate. And if anybody, but I plan on telling people, please volunteer. There's all sorts of pathways that need help. Uh, we may have some gardeners who need some help with their own garden, but it's the pathways and the community areas that need volunteers. And it's gonna have, it's gonna have food and it's a party
Okay.
and it's a gathering and Department of Sanitation is involved. So as
On a
is Heal the
Saturday,
Bay.
so
Heal the Bay is there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
that'll be good,
Yeah. Bring the
Okay.
kids.
Alrighty.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I think we're done. I'm gonna stop the share. And
Don't stop the recording. Make sure you say
and
that the
then
meeting's,
stop record. Okay, and so it's 6:30, and that ends the public safety meeting. And the next one will be on August 20th at 5:30. So stop recording.